A perfect world introduction. So this is basically a guide to get started. Um, I actually got started with Perfect World about 2009 of April, so I'm actually a veteran coming back. A lot of things has changed since I last did Perfect World in 2009. A lot of I think are positive changes. So what I want to do is any player who is new to the game, kind of want to just give them a quick overview, although you will get an overview in this tutorial. Now this area is known as the Celestial Vale, where my newly formed character is. He's a Blade Master. Before you would have to start in Perfect World, now there's the Celestial Vale where you start, and it's an area that's specifically made for beginners to get started. Before, actually, I think it was about 2014 was the Primal World, before the Eclipse update. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with this quick tutorial. And you know, even though you can work through this, it's definitely a help, but I'm just going to kind of introduce it all at once here. Okay, so we're going to begin, we're going to go over kind of what we see on the screen, kind of get familiar with the interface here. So let's just start at the top. I mean, a lot of it, if you've played an MMORPG before, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you got the face, level, his health, magic, his percentage of level, name. This icon right here basically works to the best performance of your computer. It obviously goes down to the lowest settings. So down here is your chat menu. You got common chat, squad chat, faction, otherwise known as a guild, private trade room, world horn, and cross. You got your set of attacks right here, this bar, and along this side, these are very useful. You're going to want to learn the shortcuts to these. Basically, the B button is for your bag. Let me move them a little. B button is for your bag. This is where you could see your character, all of his armor and stuff like that. You press the B button for this. Over here is like where you have charms and, you know, extra stuff, you know, your flying gear. This is where all your items are. This over here is basically going to show your stats. You got 4 different stats. You got vitality, strength, magic, and dexterity. Depending on your character type, you're going to want to allocate that appropriately. And you can actually do that very easily if you search up your character's name, like Blade Master, and just search up like build, like Blade Master build, Perfect World. And you can do that. More on that on a later video. Quests, you can, this is very important because during Perfect World you're always, and as with any other MMORPG, you're always doing quests constantly. So, you know, you got B for bag, Q for quest, and you have C for getting into your character. These ones are now mostly geared towards cultivation, like spiritual cultivation and things like that. Spiritual cultivation basically refers to kind of the level at which your character is at and his ability to learn different fighting skills. And so that's when we'll bring up this menu. This menu is also a commonly used menu. It is accessed by pressing R, so R and then R. Now you have different types of skills in Perfect World. You have more of the offensive skills, which are something like this. This is an offensive skill because it causes damage, as you read the required cultivation down below. It does require a little bit of mana, as most attacks will, except for your just general slice and dice attacks. You also have passive skills. And then we see, I'm pretty new to the Blade Master class here. A passive skill would be like flying, for example, or swimming. They're not really, you know, directly used as offensive attacks, but they enhance your gameplay. Now those are skills, and you build your skills by going through spiritual cultivation, and that's actually done by going through your quests and completing them. Action based skills are going to be basic stuff like your basic meditate. These are just basic actions. Meditate. If you meditate, it'll heal your character if he ever ends up in trouble or after a big fight and you lost a lot of hit points. You have walk, and then you have walk and run. I always just run everywhere. It's more practical anyways. You have the ability to fly. He can't fly yet because he does not have a board to fly on. In this game, then you can accelerate, you can pick up stuff. Embrace, there's actually, you can find a girlfriend on here if you want, and do that sort of thing. You got emoticons, squad invites, things like that there, and those are skills that you have learned. You also have crafting skills. These are all the different types of skills other than fighting skills that you can develop in the game, and of course a town portal that you can use if you need to, if you're in the middle of nowhere and you want a quick way back. Sage and Demon, those are advanced skills. We won't get into that. Okay, so moving onward, we have, this is just your chat stuff. This is like if you have a squad, you can view the members of your squad, or actually you can view people within the area and invite them into your squad if you so desire. And this is your friends, and the way that you actually ask a person to be a friend is, if we can find someone around here, there should be someone. Well, anyways, if I can't find some other player around here, just kind of randomly, I don't know. Okay, well, anyways, basically all you would do is right-click on your name, on their name, and then, add them as a friend. So that's what that's used for. Faction, if you have a faction, you press G for that, and then you have this, and this is like a mentoring program. I have no idea. I've never really used it. I've just used my guild basically as my mentoring program. So those are kind of the basic stuff, right? Basic kind of overview of Perfect World. You got your map, which you can access by pressing M. This is not Perfect World. This is the Celestial Vale. And after you have gone through, now you can actually enter Perfect World, I think, maybe. But you're mainly going to be working in here for like up until you get to level 20, and upon which you will go to Perfect World. You can have pets in the game. You'll get a pet actually later on in the tutorial. And encyclopedia, hey, if you need to search up a monster, I'm trying to think of a monster off the top of my head. I can't really think too much, but you go in there, search up the name of the monster, it'll give you information. Can help if you're, if you're gonna face if that monster is a very high level, like a boss monster, and you need to know a little more info. Cultivation, oh, this is an advanced technique that I will be making another video on this. This is kind of how to automate your gameplay. So if you want to basically put your character on auto grind mode, instead of grinding yourself. This is mainly, as you get like up in the levels, this becomes a little bit more useful. You just kind of let it run. There's a bot and you just automatically attack monsters. This one here are commission shops. Now basically okay, so essentially these are basically shops that are in the game, and they will usually have, I don't even know where these people are in here, obviously trying to, solicit newbies, evidently. We can try going over here, walking around a bit. Okay. Anyways, while we're getting over there, you got here, you can enter the shop. I don't know why there's people in this selling this much stuff. I don't know if they're in the Celestial Vale or not, but these are the people who have shops open, and you can kind of go to their shop, check out things, maybe you'll find something you like. As you can see, they have a lot of high level items here. cost about a fortune. You could probably just get it for cheaper elsewhere, I'm sure. Yeah, so anyways, that's the way that is. Now, usually consignment shops, if you see like little cat statues, basically that's what they will be. They will look like. Okay, so I know maybe a lot of that, you know, seemed like a lot, or maybe you missed a couple things, but that's kind of how to get around Perfect World. Now, most of the time when you're in Perfect World, you're questing, especially at low level. You get into kind of this routine where, you know, you are constantly, let's see if we can find the lady over here at I don't know if this was the chick I was supposed to be winged elf guide. Okay, well, okay, anyways, what you want to do is you basically, usually the routine is you're typically pressing Q a lot of times. You're looking for different quests. So we go find quest, main quest, and there we go, human guide. So if you ever get lost in Perfect World and you're not sure what to do, just go ahead and hit the Q button and it'll give you a list of quests. And then the nice thing is that there's an auto path. So you just click on this button and it'll auto path to you to the NPC who can give you the proper instructions on where to go. So we'll do this for a little bit. Okay, you know, if you want to, you can read this if you would like. More beginner tips. Okay. Now you notice what happens here is you notice under current, this is going to be your current quest, and oftentimes under current quest it'll have a link to either the monster you need to fight or the person that you have to see, so you really don't have to try and find them. I mean, you can just kind of click on it and it'll automatically take you to the next step. Okay, and so it automatically loads up the quest, or what the guy was going to say anyways. Aha, bright human, I see. Huh, if your spirit shines bright as a beacon. And, you know, so on and so forth. Welcome to the Celestial Vale. And, you know, just click on that. And then you can click on him again. Double click on him again, since he has this icon on top. Click on him again, and he'll give you the next quest, which was, of course, right here, Manifest Destiny. Click that. For the sake of time, we're not going to read this, so we will go through it. If you would like to read the story, you can. For this tutorial, we will not be doing that. Okay, so then what we do, you gotta click on that, fulfill your destiny. Okay, so if you leveled up now, so what you want to do typically after you level up is you press C for your character. You should typically do this every time you level, is you want to always keep your character in line with the monsters of that next level. So what I mean by that is, you know, he's level 2, and he might be fighting monsters that are also level 2, so you really want to, in your next quests that are coming up, so you want to keep your points up to date. as well. So this guy in particular, the way you allocate these points is obviously going to be based on your class. So this guy is a Blade Master, so what I will do is increase his strength. I usually just give him a nice boost to strength right off the bat. Strength, vitality, and dex is pretty much going to be the key thing for a Blade Master. And of course we can go into stats later, but this is just a beginner's guide. Okay, so you kind of get the picture and you kind of get the flow. You know, you just kind of can click through them, then you just click on here to go to the next guy. So what I want to do now that you sort of understand kind of the flow of questing is that you want to okay, let me just kind of get on to the next thing here. Shoot, I forgot what I was going to say, guys. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and fight some of these. Okay, I'm going to press 1 to attack. What the heck? Okay, congratulations, you killed a monster. And so, I mean, if you've played an RPG, you know this stuff. Every RPG has virtually the same kind of function as the next one. As soon as you collect that, go to there. If you're ever in doubt, just click on here and search for a quest to do. Okay, so that just about covers the fundamentals of how to play, how to really, like, if you're new to MMORPGs, how to kind of more or less go with the flow. You're gonna do a lot of questing most of the times. As you get up in your level, you're going to want to learn how to work with people, and you're going to have to learn how to invite people to your squad and stuff like that. But that's for later thing. Oh yeah, and the last thing I wanted to mention before I leave is you see this 3 out of 9. So let's go here. Basically, your spiritual cultivations are going to be given in kind of this orange thing, and so it'll let you know like what level it'll take to get to the next level of spiritual cultivation. And as I said before, spiritual cultivation is going to be determine what skills that you can learn. Alright, well, that's long enough for an intro. I don't want to bore you guys too much here. So, hey, thanks for watching this video, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.